Hey, what's going on, y'all? Today's a new day. What you all know, when it's a new day, it's a new week, it's time for a new daily jewel. Again, like I said before, they won't necessarily always be daily jewels. This isn't one that I've personally written yet, but it's definitely one that I've spoken about on several occasions. The topic for today is going to be outsourcing. For those who may not know or may not understand, just a quick definition. Outsourcing is pretty much stepping outside the resources you have, or the connections, or the capabilities, or the tools you have to get a certain service done, or get a certain job done, or maybe even a product. And I realized outsourcing, outsourcing is really an epidemic within the small business world, and not even just small business, but just the unification of people in one. And when I say that, I say that to say this pretty much. I know a lot of people with small businesses. I know a lot of people with movements. I know a lot of people that's striving to do something of importance, to accomplish something. And coming from that background, I understand how vital support is, how vital it is to get support from the people closest to you, from the people you come up with, the people you grow up with. And that's usually, when we're starting out, that's usually who we expect to run and aid us first, or run and support us first. But again, outsourcing seems to be an epidemic in that realm. Because I know, from personal experience, I approach this game with the same mentality. I know if nobody not rocking with me, my family is. The one or two friends I had back then, they are. But I realized a short time after, it was, pretty much the total opposite. Like I said in previous videos, it took me 7 months to get my first transaction. That transaction was not from a relative. Within those 7 months, I didn't have one relative, that came and supported, and I'm not saying just monetary, but, went out their way to, turn others onto my movement. And for those who don't know, I started out in retail with clothes and shoes. I started my own brand some years back, which is how I got to where I'm at today. But nobody came to my aid. I had little support. I had very few people that purchased anything. Just support, pretty much. That's the simplest way to put it. But back to the original point, when I say I'm outsourcing, and it's just not to speak on my story, but it's also to speak on yours. Whether you're that friend or that supporter, or whether you're the actual entrepreneur, we have to minimize outsourcing. And when I say that, I say that to say this, because like I said, I'm on social media all day. I got several friends who cut hair. Well, not even friends, they may be associates, but several individuals I know who cut hair. Several of them with detail shops, several of them that make clothes. They do a large variety of things. And something most people don't take into account, which I did after my mentor, instilled this in me, is that most businesses, if not all, start in the red. None of us start off with, huge amounts of capital, or $1 million, $1 million start off money. Most of us don't start that way. So we need all the support we can. And I tell people this all the time in conversation, even on Instagram. If we don't support each other, no one will. We're all coming out the gate as a small business. We're all coming out the gate as pretty much nobodies in a world full of somebodies. Even pertaining to clothes, there are 1 million people around this nation or around the world, who sell clothes, who manufacture clothes, who feel like their brand or their movement is just that it thing. It's not simple to get on out here. It's not simple to subsidize your lifestyle independently. It took me years. Like I said, it took me 7 months to get my first transaction. And that support that support, like I said, is very much needed. You know, like I said, not just for the entrepreneur. If you know somebody who's doing it, if your man has a detail shop, there's no reason why you should be driving across town to, you know, run your car through the $5 wash, or even hand washing it yourself. I understand things should be done in moderation, but from time to time, y'all, if we can take time to go out to eat, we can take time to support these rappers we know from nowhere that come to our city, make all these monies in these shows, you know, and leave our city and only come back when it's time to get money. Then we can take that same amount of time, that same amount of energy, that same amount of focus, and put it into our own. And when I say our own, I'm not speaking of color. I know a lot of people get that twisted. People love to use the word own, or our own people, when they're referencing color. I'm not referencing color. I'm referencing the individuals that are in your circle that are trying to do something trying to do something substantial and trying to get their business off the ground. You know, and I'm talking about small things. You know, the most minuscule things. I know a lot of us love the nightlife. A lot of us love adult entertainment. If you know that, because I even had this conversation with someone as well. If you know a friend of yours, or a lady friend, or a lady associate, maybe exotic dancing at one club, why not send people that way? Why not? Why are we stepping outside of our own neighborhoods and our own realms and our own circles of people to support individuals who, you know, who we know nothing of? We don't know their moral background. We don't know their standards. All we know is they presented us a pretty shirt and we felt like we gotta have it. And like I said, I'm talking small things. I'm talking haircuts. If your man is a barber, support. Go figure it out. We have to stop outsourcing. And I'm not saying it's something you got to do forever, because we all have tastes. You may like Robin jeans. You may like Nikes. You may like a specific brand. But all I'm saying is if we can take that time to spend that dollar amount on that high end, it's no reason why we can't support our people that are just getting off the ground. And another thing that I feel like that really pushes that agenda, you know, it's just the crab in a bucket mentality. And a lot of us are so worried that you know, the man next to us may either get ahead of us, or, you know, or lap us in his race of life. We have to lose that mentality. We have to understand, as long as we stay consistent, as long as we, you know, we keep the faith and we stay true to ourselves, we're going to be successful. Unfortunately, all of us will not blossom at the same time. All of us didn't start walking at the same time. All of us don't graduate high school at the same time. It happens. There are going to be some people around you who, you know, who break through before you do, who push through before you do. Stop being afraid to support them. Stop being afraid to help them get bigger. I realized that in my own situation. Like I said, I have a ton of family in the city of Tampa. You know, and these same individuals, when I first started out with retailing shoes, they'll hit the mall. They'll go to the mall and, you know, and go buy it from the Foot Locker chain. They're worth millions already. And you know, and knew very well what I had going on, my movement, and what I was trying to do. But, you know, no support whatsoever. You know, the app I released last year, the same deal. I see these same individuals, you know, they take time to go to the clubs. They take time to spend, you know, excessive amounts on high-end fashion. But I couldn't get them to buy a $15 shirt. Even with my autobiography, same deal. I had, I believe, 3 relatives, you know, out of this huge family I have in this city and around this nation. I had 3 relatives to buy it, you know, and I'm not saying that's anything against them. They may not be readers. They just, you know, they may naturally be not interested. But sometimes it's not about that. Sometimes it's just about being selfless. You know, I find myself, because I adapted that mentality as well, I find myself a lot of times just supporting good people. When I feel like you're a good person, you got good morals about yourself, you got good standards, you know, I definitely jump on it. I find myself, you know, just this week, I spent, you know, I'll tag her in a video. I can't, it's Busy Balboa on Instagram. But anyway, she has a website and she's getting her brand off the ground. I happened to stumble across the website from the bio. And and before I go any further, she supported me as well. She bought my autobiography. So it only felt right to support her in any way I could. But anyway, long story short, went to the website, and, you know, she had a bucket hat that said Black Lives Matter. And, you know, me being very conscious, that touched me anyway, just with, you know, with the name that she had stitched on the bucket. But anyway, the bucket was $57. I can't tell you the last time I bought a $30 hat. When I do buy hats, I usually use my Champs rewards for people who may know about the reward system. I get maybe $15, $20 off, and I spend $10 at the most. Sometimes I get them for free. If you watch my daily journal hibernation, you will know I am one of the most frugal people you may run across on Instagram, which is how we happen to put ourselves in the position we are now, where we're self-reliant, because we live below our means. We're frugal. We get it and we hide it. But anyway, I'm not gonna lie, it broke my heart to spend $57 on a bucket. Not only because it was $57, but because I can't wear a bucket. My hair is blossomed enough where I can't wear fitteds, snapbacks fall off, and I definitely cannot wear a bucket. But again, I had to practice being selfless. I had to say, hey, you know, my kids probably gonna end up running around with this bucket on, or, you know, somebody will get blessed with this bucket. It won't be me. It's going to be my money, but it won't be me. The hats for my brand, I didn't even sell that much. But again, you have to practice being selfless. All of us get extra money from time to time. When you're out to eat, you know, when you're out to eat, you're buying new shoes, you're getting your nails done, you're getting your hair done. You know, and like I told you guys in the previous Daily Jewels, I'm all about hibernation, y'all. But we have to take time to support others. And like I said, I don't know what your grading scale is when it comes to support, but I know mine is built on morals and standards. People who speak, people who have substance, people who stand for something. Those are the people that I don't mind supporting. I would spend my last to support those people. And you know, and one of the biggest things I want people to remember, you know, for those small businesses and those people that you may be sleeping on, those people that you know, sad to say, those people that you may be hating on, that you're not supporting because you don't want to see them come up, because you don't want to see them excel, because you don't want to see them progress. Keep in mind, consistency will always conquer. That shirt that you're passing up on that may be $10, it may be $50 one day. And it's unfortunate, but those same people who, you know, who sleep on you, who willingly know and willingly avoid you and willingly not support you, those happen to be the very same people that double back in the end, and that, you know, that want a favor. They want something for free. They want to call you on the phone and say, hey, say hello to this person so they know I know you. You know, things of that nature. I've dealt with, you know, some of those things already. Just be conscious of that and keep that in mind, you know, and it's not just about support, but you got to drop that mentality. I tell people all the time, y'all, it's strength in numbers. Teamwork make the dream work. We have to link. We have to come together as a cohesive unit. If you don't champion your people, who will? If they're down here in a small city trying to do their thing, and you're not putting a movement on your back, and you're not championing them, who will? And I think that's one of the best qualities my father instilled in me. You know, he always told me, you know, he just always stressed to me the ills of money and how not to let them control me, you know, and just always kept that hatred out my heart. So, you know, I have no problem these days when I have it reciprocating the love and reciprocating the energy for people that I feel like who are building good brands or building good movements, y'all. But anyway, like I said, y'all, it wasn't really a daily jewel, it was more of an event. We just got to stop outsourcing. If your man detail cars, if he cut hair, if he got a dog grooming service, whatever it is, y'all, support your people. You got to own it if you want it. We got to come together. We got to put our heads together. We got to, you know, we got to link up. We got to build as a cohesive unit. I'm all about independence, but taking this thing from point A to Z cannot be done by oneself. You're going to need a team, and if not a payroll kind of team, you're going to need a team of individuals that are championing you, that are, you know, that are proudly wearing your stuff, that's proudly supporting your movement, that's pushing your agenda every time they step out the door. But like I said, y'all, not a daily jewel. This one was just about outsourcing. We gotta support each other. The division, the hate, it's old. It's played out. If your man's selling clothes, go grab a shirt. baby clothes, go grab a shirt. Selling shoes, go grab some shoes. You got it. You know, Red Lobster is not a necessity. Those expensive hairdos and nails is not a necessity. Robin jeans, Balmains, you know, all that stuff I hear about, it is not a necessity. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna catch y'all next time. Support your peoples. If you don't, nobody will. If they don't make it out of this city, how do we expect them to take over the world? I'm gonna see y'all next time.